So I've represented clients in misdiagnosis of cancer cases, and those include testicular cancer, lung cancer, brain cancer, lymphatic cancer, and many others. In cancer diagnosis cases, it is very, very important to diagnose the patient as early as possible because cancer has stages. Stage 1 being the most minor and stage 4 being the most severe. And what I've seen in certain types of cases is because the doctor or the hospital did not diagnose the patient on time, years or sometimes months will go by before the patient realizes how sick he or she really is. And so what happens then is, for example, in the case of the testicular cancer case, the young man didn't even know that he had it. He just knew that he had pain. So he went to see a doctor. The doctor misdiagnosed his testicular cancer, and at the end, some many months later, they had to remove his testicles. Another case we had, unfortunately, involving lung cancer, the person didn't know that they had lung cancer. They just had pain in their chest. So they went to see the doctor. The doctor diagnosed it as a common cold, didn't do the x-rays, didn't do the radiological studies that were necessary. The patient returned not only with stage 4 lung cancer, but also lymphatic cancer, because cancer spreads. Cancer spreads from one area, particularly if it's in the abdominal area, to other parts of the body. So that's why diagnosing the cancer on time early is so critically important, because if you don't start the treatment regimen soon after it's diagnosed, the cancer just spreads. So it spreads to different parts of the body, and it does so very quickly, which is again why diagnosis is very, very important. If you are misdiagnosed with any type of cancer, you may end up having to bring a case against a hospital or the doctor or the facility where you had your radiological studies done and interpreted. So for example, in one case we had the x-ray was not read properly, and the person had cancer, but the radiologist misread the x-ray, and so there was no diagnosis of cancer. And then we got the actual x-ray, we had it reviewed by a doctor, and the doctor said, it's right here. You know, they just missed the diagnosis or misdiagnosed it. In any misdiagnosis case, it depends on who provides the treatment, but if it's your hospital where you went to be seen in the emergency room, or maybe you went there for a study, you may be able to bring a claim against the hospital, or you may be able to bring a claim against the doctor or even the nurses if the nurses didn't listen to what the patient told them.